Yes, guys. Yes, yes. Welcome back to another show. Welcome back to another live stream for you guys today. And in this video, we're actually not talking about Erling Haaland. This is genuinely a first time in weeks. I just want to say thank God, but just wait until tomorrow, and then we'll probably be back chatting about Erling Haaland again and about how we're close and a mega bid is going to be rumored to be coming in the next week or two or some bollocks like that. But we're here for yet another live stream. We're going to be discussing all of the latest transfer news for today, even if there's barely any transfer news, but we're here anyway. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button as well. Also want to introduce my partner in crime. It has been a minute. Lawrence, what are you telling me, bro? How you been, my G?
Bro, it has been a minute. It's good to see you. I just came off the stream with Miz, and I saw on our StreamYard thingy that you were about to go live. I'm like, might as well pop in, say hello. It's been a minute. So yeah, I'm good. I'm excited for this. Excited to talk about something other than Haaland, I suppose, although it's still just about random striker names that are just thrown in there. Then, Matt Law throws Harry Kane in there. Now Nizar Kinsella throws Robert Lewandowski in there. Like, yeah, why don't we bloody sign, I don't know, R9 Ronaldo? Why don't we? Like, at this point,
anybody at this point.
It's strange that you said that because
just random I saw any name.
an episode of That's Football, and he actually mentioned that.
What?
Mark Goldbridge has That's Football. It's his second channel.
Yeah.
And I watched him before you went live, and he actually mentioned that. Why weren't there links with our, with CR7 and Chelsea?
I feel like I've actually heard that come around like once or twice. It's just one of those that's just, there's no chance of it happen. You can't even think it's too believable, so it just doesn't go too far. Plus, we'd get butchered by the wage structure if we even tried to consider bringing Ronaldo into the club. So for me, no chance. We ain't seen that shit happening.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't cost any more in wages than Haaland would.
Yeah, but I think with Erling Haaland, we're at least trying to justify it by saying it'd be a long-term investment.
No, all I was saying is that it has been spoken of. So that would.
Oh yeah. I'm
So
with you. Then. That has been spoken about at the very least.
Someone will say he's stopping the progress of Brojo.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, for goodness sake, it can't be asked. Cause I'll send you a link as well if you're about to. We could chat about like whatever fuck all transfer news here. But there is news about Tammy Abraham to Arsenal. We can chat about. There's also rumours over the last 24 hours, varying different sources saying varying different things about Eden Hazard potentially coming back to Chelsea. So we're going to entertain it. I don't think it's believable. I don't think anybody here thinks it's believable. But we're going to entertain the rumours. We'll talk about a few of the varying issues surrounding it, and then we'll probably say why we don't think that this transfer is happening. Because also, just a poll from you guys. Any of you guys actually think there's a chance of Eden Hazard coming to Chelsea?
I do.
No.
Josh, you do?
Yeah.
Seek help.
I think if we moved on from one of our wingers or two of our wingers, I think they could bring him in. I don't know if it'll be for that 50 million that they're talking about, but I would do something maybe like a loan with a obligation to buy for like 20 or something like that if he wanted to come back. If they're
20.
saying he's out,
Madrid would never do 20.
Well, I listen. They said he's never going to wear the white of Madrid again. All right, so if they want him out that bad, they'll do what they got to do to get him out. And if there's no offers coming in for him, and we put something on the table in the 25-30 million range, why not?
Josh, let me ask you this: since you're the one that wants him back, would you do a Cho swap for Eden Hazard?
A swap, probably not. Because I don't think a swap, probably not. Only because I don't think Madrid would take him. But if they sold Callum, or if Callum was part of any kind of deal, or he goes out, I'd bring in a second.
I don't know why you entertain that, Josh. He's smiling all the way before you finished answering that question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Real rate Callum, so I would. I
don't think they've heard of him.
Real would just fuck up his Achilles in 6 months, knowing them.
Yeah, but it had to be asked, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. If they rate Vinicius Jr., they're gonna rate Callum Hudson-Odoi, so you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, that sounds like they're not. Vinicius Jr. is not going anywhere. So if they really want, if the quote was he'll never wear the white of Madrid again, then that means they want him out of there by pretty much any means. So if you can put together,
TV channel that said that, not actually the club.
That's fair, but who knows? It could have come from someone inside the club.
It was after the.
The only thing I've heard from inside the club is that I think Carlo Ancelotti thinks he can unlock Eden Hazard next season, and I feel like that's been one of his main objectives for next season as well, to try and get the best out of Eden Hazard and Rodrigo in the wings next season. Which is another reason why I'm thinking this one is very unlikely for me, as they get his brother instead.
I'd prefer Thorgan Hazard as well at this point. I can't lie.
Thorgan had a good Euro. Depends on the price. But we can get him out.
Not going to happen, but I think if anybody could get him back to a similar level, he's never going to be where he was 4 years ago, right? But if anyone can get him back to a similar level, I think it would be at our club, just because he has the connection with the club, and the medical staff seem to know how to take care of him much better. And he wouldn't be playing a starting role by any means. It'd be a sort of a bit part role. But
who are you selling then?
I'd sell Ziyech or Callum in a second. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
if there's a suitor for them, I mean, who's going to buy Eden Hazard right now for that kind of price?
So wait, you'd sell Ziyech for Hazard?
Yeah.
Really?
I would.
Would you buy Eden Hazard if he Would you buy Eden Hazard now if he never played for Chelsea?
No.
No.
He never played.
Okay, so it's purely
so that's your emotions then.
Yeah. No question. I'm not even. Okay. I'm not even going to try to hide that. It's a lot of sentimental value when it comes to Eden and myself.
Not for 50.
But I think if they want him out that bad, then I think we could do a deal that makes sense for our club financially to get him back. We're not going to spend 50 million to bring him in, but
I just don't think any deal financially makes sense. Anything more than £1 is risky because he might come and be injured for 2 years straight. There is a serious chance of that with Hazard. So letting someone go and bringing him in means you automatically have one injured winger. And we still have Pulisic, who might still be injured all the time as well. So we have no wingers. It's impossible.
Yeah, but in fairness, almost all of our wingers are injury prone. Ziyech was hurt a lot last year. Callum could get hurt at any point. Pulisic could get hurt at any point. All of them have had injury issues.
But not like Hazard.
No, that's true.
I don't want to be sentiment FC. You know what I mean?
There's always one reliable guy who won't always get injured though.
Yeah, cold logic business dictates this makes no sense for us.
No.
Big up Artem with the donation saying didn't take care of his body and didn't train hard. You can only do that for so long. Real Madrid did bring him back early, but he played a big part in his downfall. It's a bit of both. Number one, first off, yes, him coming back unhealthy to pre-season a lot, and also just not really being that serious in training definitely did play a part. But he was the most foul player in the Premier League for 7 years straight, and him and Jose Mourinho both said that they didn't see him playing very long into his 30s because of the amount of injuries that he used to take. He was one bad injury away from being in this position. Meunier gave him that stupid-ass foul in the PSG Madrid game, and he hasn't been the same player ever since. That's, to me, is the biggest part of the downfall. Everything else is a secondary reason for it. But for me, it's all the injuries that he's accustomed over the years. That, to me, is what's caused it, because that's the reason why his ankles are so harsh now, and it's the reason why he doesn't trust his body in the same way. And you can see that in the way that he plays. But big up also Kevin Fraser, same old reminder as always. Champions of Europe! We are. Big up yourself, IG. Love it, man.
That's
Every
horrible.
day. Let's
Every
go.
time.
But yeah, what were you going to say anyway, bro?
Well, that's true, but Messi's in the same boat. He gets fouled, and you don't see Messi missing a lot of time because Messi is in shape year round. He never gets out of shape.
Yeah, but
Who's
the
gonna
league
come back?
protects their players
It's
a lot.
Good point.
In fairness,
The league
Eden.
protects their players way more, though, than the Premier League does.
Yeah.
If anything,
Do you
that's why
remember-
you see so many
But he
go down to the
you know where he
ground.
plays his international ball at, right? Somebody's got to feedback bad. So
Yeah, I hear that too.
Who's that? That ain't coming from me, is it?
I don't know.
No,
who it
that's
is.
better.
That's better.
It's not here anymore.
It's distracting when you can hear yourself talk when you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I can hear it now.
So
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
it's Lewis.
It's Lewis, I think.
Nah.
It's an out. It's an
I
elbow.
was gonna say, do you guys remember? I saw it before, like, I think it's when a Stoke player literally 2-footed Hazard from the side of the line. Like it's like a Sunday League challenge. It's insane
Again,
how Hazard.
Yeah, but have you seen
Messi's-
some of Ramos' tackles or Messi? It's no different.
Oh,
Yeah, Ramos and
And then, did you
Pepe.
watch the
If you
Copa
remember how dirty
America?
Pepe. Copa America, yeah, I watched Copa America.
Their,
They're dirty.
tackles,
Yeah,
their
he's
tackles,
been playing with
yeah.
that for most of his life. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
Again,
guess it's
it's-
Messi's hard
Well,
work
that's-
then.
They're gone.
we're not. I think it is.
Yeah,
We're not saying that
Good,
that
good.
the injuries didn't play a part. We're saying that if you put that alongside the way you treat your body, one person might be able to come back quicker, or it
Yeah.
might not happen as often, and the other person is not. That's all
Hazard
we're
takes the
saying.
summer
Injuries did play the part, but
he takes the
getting
summer
out of
off.
shape and getting back in shape and
We
getting out
need
of
to
shape and getting
also
back in-
consider that the whole injury that started his ankle problems happened at Chelsea. Well, with Belgium, but he was still at Chelsea. That didn't happen at Madrid. His first ankle break was when he was with Belgium post-season. And then he missed the first bit of Conte's second season, I think.
Yeah.
And that's when it's always been the same ankle.
Yeah, he
So
did.
actually the ankle problems start with us, not with Madrid.
Yeah, but in fairness, when he was with
play regular football with us at that point, it just got accelerated at Real Madrid.
No, 100%. I'm just saying, if you break the same ankle 3 times, you're gonna no matter who you are, you're gonna be in fucking trouble.
Yeah, it's weak.
And that's why I don't want him anywhere near
He
the
was
club.
already
He
on
says
borrowed
himself
time
the
at that
ankle might
point
never be the
anyway.
same again. I don't want that. Thank you.
It's weak. It's weak.
So you're saying he was on borrowed time anyway? It was just a matter of time with him.
Probably.
Yeah.
David put a
Do
play
you think
there.
he could retire early? Like
Yes, he
age
has to.
31 or something?
Yeah, he could retire.
He
might
said
go back to Liverpool
Nunes
at some
see
point.
himself playing past 33.
Mm.
Well, he's-
Yeah,
Like,
It's a shame, really.
months ago, he was saying there was rumours that he was one surgery away from having to retire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the doctor
Yeah.
told him. They actually, the reason they didn't do surgery, the surgery they wanted to do, because he would have had to retire. I don't think they're using any plates or anything in his ankle, and that's why it's not stable, because it keeps
Yeah.
probably breaking along the same region of the bone. There's something they're doing something or not doing something to continue to let him play, but one more time he's done. They're going to have to fuse the bone, or they're going to have to do something that's going to end his career, or he won't be able to walk
pleased,
again.
Chelsea fans, that we got him in his prime. Just
Going
be
and
pleased.
saying
He's got
Thomas
7
Tuchel
great
was
years,
Eden
right?
Hazard. A big question is, would he even fit Thomas Tuchel's style of play?
No,
Because we're no longer a one-man team anymore. We're now playing as a unit. So we'd have to bring in players that suit that sort of system too. And to be honest,
he did that under
I'm not even
Conte
sure
and
if he
Jose
even
as
does
well.
that. What?
he is capable.
We did
He
that under
is
Conte
capable
and
of
Jose
playing.
as well, being a unit. And obviously we relied on him to do our attacking, but we still played as
He's
a
a very
unit.
good
under
team
this
player.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
a
would
good
say-
team player.
No, we did, but we were so much more reliant on just the one player, whereas now we're not. We're reliant on a team. And
I
so
think
now,
he
Because
doesn't
we
really
don't
do
have
a lot
anyone good
faster.
enough to rely on.
if we were to have other players to like accommodate for Eden Hazard's inability to press or to trap back, then we become a one-man team again.
Do you think he plays out wide or plays in the middle if he's returned to it?
why are we even talking about it? He's not coming back. You're falling into the trap, man. Let's go.
I'm just saying. Would he play out wide or would he play in the middle?
It's a trap.
I think in middle for him.
Might be.
I think on the bench, as far off the
Yeah.
field as possible. Because then what it is you have to figure out what the player's going to give you on the field, and does it equate to the things around them. So if it's going to be negative news, if it's going to be an increased load on the team, as in, well, when's Hazard going to play? Why didn't Hazard play this game? And it's going to be constant. Does that do more detriment to the team than that person brings on the field? And if that ends up as in a negative, then there'd be no reason to ever bring him back. And right now it'd be a negative, because that would be the focus. And they're trying to focus on a young striker who we're not going to mention, because we were told that we're not going to talk about that guy. Why would you bring in somebody who would take the limelight away from him? There's just no reason in it.
Yeah, if he was to come to Chelsea, he would have to be on the cheap. and Real Madrid will not sell him.
No,
on the
not
cheap
if,
market
not on the
last
cheap,
year.
not now, not later.
Well,
Maybe
No,
we'll
I'm
sit
saying,
and watch the
I'm
game,
saying
but
in the concept of if we wanted to, it wouldn't make sense at this point because we're too busy trying to focus on getting a DM and trying to get Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right now it just doesn't seem feasible at all, and it sounds like Ancelotti wants to give him a second chance. And even for us, if we brought him back, all he would end up doing is just killing his own legacy. I wouldn't say killing, but he'd definitely leave a damper on it. Because we know what football fans are like. We know the recency bias around them. If Eden
Don't
Hazard
forget-
came to Chelsea and flopped, that's the only Hazard that fans will remember. No one will even try to remember Hazard from his first spell as well.
And the most
His
important
first
thing
game was
is he's
against
not
Sunderland,
needed.
right?
He's not needed at all. There's not a. We have a plethora of people in that position. If we're going to play with 3 attacking positions, we have more than 6 on our team. We're at 6 right now, with Giroud gone. So you've got depth in every position in the attacking phase, even more so. You have actually 3 times at the edges, not the center attacking, but the 2 outside attacking positions. Almost. So it's just we don't need him. He's not needed. Next story.
I have another thing about him, but I will if we're gonna move on.
No,
that's fine.
no,
I
go
won't.
ahead.
No. One second, because I've got to get another wire quick. So go for it, Josh.
Okay, so say Tammy goes, and now what about him playing as like a false 9 striker?
We don't need him. You
Wait,
just
Tammy.
don't need to bring that
Why would
you play him over
risk back
Havertz?
to the team.
Yeah, so like as a backup for Havertz, almost like in the same. So if Havertz and Haaland are up top, he'd be sort of like a backup to Havertz with maybe a Werner and Haaland, sort of in that same similar mold as Havertz, like to play balls into the striker, pick the ball up in the midfield, maybe do a take on here or there. I don't know. It's not. I'm realistic about the possibilities that it's most likely not going to happen. I'm just saying it. I don't want to see him go to some shit club, and I don't see a club bidding for him. To be honest with you, but if Madrid are, my whole thing is it's depending on how bad Madrid want him gone. If they want him gone at any price or any offer, then I think it's worth throwing your name in the hat. But if they want a certain fee for him, then they're gonna have to just take their lumps.
Didn't he always talk about going back and ending his career in Belgium at some point?
Didn't he want to go to Lille? Back to Lille?
Or back to Lille? There you go. There you go. That's the
maybe in a
level.
couple years.
Yeah, big up Artem as well, saying Robin is a perfect example. You can be injury prone, but if you take care of your body and stay in shape, it's much easier to pick your form back up. Just remember how overweight Eden Hazard was when showing up to Real Madrid. We already said that was always one of the varying factors for it too, because fact is, if Eden Hazard did take care of his body and he also took the game a lot more seriously, we wouldn't be saying he was the closest thing to Lionel Messi. We probably would be saying he was on par, or he would be involved in the debates with Ronaldo and Messi and Eden Hazard. That would be the way we'd be talking about it. But he didn't. He rested on his laurels, and fair enough to him. He's still the best player that we've seen in the Premier League of the last 10 years since then. But he's also kind of packed himself in that bracket as well, because the injuries are now grown up on him as well. He also hasn't been able to reach that same standard of a Messi or a Ronaldo, and he's gone to replace Ronaldo as well, and he just hasn't reached the standards there too. So he's kind of fucked himself on that front. So I get what you mean, but that's also kind of why we liked Eden Hazard, because if he had that sort of mentality, he probably leaves us a lot earlier to go to Real Madrid. Like I was always saying, if he really, really wanted that Madrid move, he probably would have left around the 2015, 2016 mark. But he was more loyal to Chelsea and he more just wanted to succeed. And once he won everything there was to win at Chelsea, and he also didn't see a pathway to the club getting better because we were on a big decline at that point. We were going through a transfer ban. We had an awful attack that Eden Hazard was just carrying through. He had to leave because it was better for himself, which I completely understand.
Are we still talking about this dude?
Yeah, we've got Harrison saying, what do you think our best front three is right now? Okay, so is this with or without a potential Erling Haaland transfer?
I say without Haaland.
The roster we have on it. So
Yeah.
what we
It's
have
without that, it's just Havertz, Mount and Werner.
I said you can't do it with Haaland because then it's just who are the other two?
Yeah. No, it'd be Havertz,
No, it's-
Haaland, and who the other one is.
Yeah, it's Havertz and
Which-
Holland. There's only one position open at that point.
Yeah.
Which at this point is probably Mount, which is why I think they will do the 4-2-2-2 because they want to get an extra attacker on there, a more true wing style player other than Mount. Because Mount in that formation, Mount will probably slot into the midfield more to help protect the pivot. So you'd want an extra kind of attacking winger on the pitch. But yeah, it's probably those three. If you're going to just do a three, Havertz, Haaland, and Mount, that's probably the three.
What the fourth? Because it's a 4-2-2.
Well, if you're playing a 4-2-2, then you'd probably get, depending. Well, if Timo stayed, you would get.
I said Timo on the left,
Of course.
Haaland on the right, Kai Havertz on the right cam, and then literally Mount on the left, and then you have your two DMs.
Yeah, that's probably what you would
That'd
go
be
with.
mine.
Yeah, anyone
I'm not
else
gonna
got anything different?
No.
No. All right, cool. Well, we'll go to the next news then. What was coming up on this news? Skyman Johnson saying the more you talk to people about the Declan Rice situation, the more you think a move could still happen in this window.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Can
He
we
has made
put
it
Rice
very
into
clear
the
to
Hazard
West Ham
conversation?
United that he won't sign a new deal, and as reported elsewhere, wants to be kept informed of any bids, would clearly favour Chelsea. So we aren't done with the Declan Rice news.
No, we're
So
done
sorry
with
to
it.
everyone I said yesterday. We jumped the gun massively. We're here yet again talking about Declan Rice. Would they sell him this late in the transfer window if he's this vital to them? It makes absolutely no sense to me because they'd have to go out for a DM too. I don't get the
Yeah.
point of this.
Getting.
There's still
It's
6
golden.
weeks of the transfer window. It's not
Yeah,
late yet.
it's not late.
Okay.
It's gold.
But no, the league's about to start in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but we signed Havertz in bloody September. Leverkusen dealt with it.
I would rather have Hazard than Rice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring this full circle.
Yes.
I would rather
Yes.
go get Eden Hazard than Declan Rice at this point. I
I don't
don't.
think we're getting Declan Rice.
Can we just put Rice in the same category of Hazard and not talk about him? It's just so
Yeah.
such a.
So
I
would
don't
that,
get it.
but like then we'd have literally nothing to talk about.
I know, yeah. It makes no sense for the team, none whatsoever, to have Declan Rice on this
We can
team.
talk about Lewandowski if you want to.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd rather have
what's happened with
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski?
I love Lewandowski.
Yeah, Nizar
Let's talk
Kinsella
about
tweeted earlier that. Wait, let me read it out to you. 1 second.
Yeah,
One
we've
second.
revived our interest in Lewandowski.
Yeah. Nizar said Chelsea revive legacy interest in Bayern's Robert Lewandowski and ask to be kept informed about his situation. Which obviously means nothing, but you were asking for things
So
to
it's
talk about.
it's just Zahavi and Abramovich have had a conversation and they just want updates.
Yeah, that would
If we
be
had-
that would be prime Bundesliga. Is if Dortmund told us no on Haaland, we bought Lewandowski, and then Dortmund sold Haaland at Bayern for like 90 million this summer.
That's what Bayern want though. They want
Bayern would
Haaland.
never buy Haaland this year. They'd buy him next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
next
they
year.
got rid of Lewandowski, that means they know that they're going to get Haaland next year. You know.
Basically,
Bayern's having a money problem too.
Yeah, but
So that's-
if we pay for Lewandowski, we're basically giving them nearly all the funds for them to purchase Haaland next year.
Yeah.
No, I think that's one of the things you put out when you're negotiating through the media. And that's what they're doing. They're putting out these stories. You'll see another one come out from Dortmund saying, "Oh, he's happy," and Rosa is very, very excited to work with him this year. You're going to see these stories come out because they're negotiating through the media without saying anything. And that they do it by stories, and it's kind of childish, but it's the way they do it without being official, so nobody looks bad. I just feel that something's going to happen, whether it's straight cash or cash for the player, we don't know yet. But if you get Lewandowski, all that stuff goes away because there's no need to go out and get him. Then.
Yeah.
Whatever striker you bring in,
How long do you think it's going to be before we have to go and get another striker? Because it probably will be a while. It won't be probably a year or two, I think, for us.
3 years.
for
3 years.
Lewandowski, if we brought Lewandowski in,
Yeah.
What the question was?
Lewandowski. Oh, sorry, Lewandowski.
2 to 3 years for Lewandowski.
No.
A year.
Yeah, it's a year
Nah,
for me too.
No, he does. He's not a striker what relies on pace. I think he can last like 2 to 3 years.
Maybe. 2 maybe.
Well, he's lost.
At the
We
most.
know he's lost a step according to his teammates.
He's
So
33,
he's already
right?
lost that step. He's
Spain,
he can
33.
finish.
Considering he scored 41 goals in like 31 or 28
Yeah, I
games
just-
last season, you know,
Mhm.
can't be that
Yeah.
bad yet.
It's still better than Haaland
Oh yeah.
in
If
game
he comes,
time.
he still balls out. For me, it's next season. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Or the season after.
I mean, Lewandowski would be used if we say, okay, we don't want to pay 100 million for Lukaku, and
Yeah.
we can't get Haaland right now, but there's no one else there. Then signing Lewandowski to see what's
Okay.
available in 2 years makes sense. But I don't think that's what Chelsea want to do.
No, Chelsea. I
No.
think Chelsea are going to go get the man.
Yeah.
I hope so.
The problem is this is dragging. So like everybody, all of us, every Chelsea fan and probably planet Earth is like had enough of this whole thing, and now it's like, all right, well, who would we go after? It's like that's just. I want to target one guy. I've said it already a bunch of times. If we don't get Haaland, I'd prefer just to not sign a striker this window and spend money elsewhere, because it just doesn't. I don't want to throw bad money at a problem. It's like then you get into like your 2017s again, where you're just throwing money at a bad problem. It's like just wait another year or two, see who's out there.
Build
Ryan
other
with
areas
Havertz
of
and
the
Werner.
team. Like I said before, they came out at the beginning of the summer and said they were going to go two ways. Either they were going to get the striker they wanted, or they were going to bring in players that would create more chances. So that would be the fallback position. If we can't get one of the top strikers on our list, our fallback position is create more chances, which means an Adama.
What about wingers?
Well, Adama would be. You could use Adama Traore as a winger or a wing back. You couldn't
could
use him. ever use
I
him
wouldn't like to
as a-
see him at wing though.
So I mean, he'd just stay wide outside like a wing back in that position anyway. So go ahead.
Myron Phillips saying, didn't we meet with Tchouaméni's agent last week? Yes, we did, which is why the link was bidding on a new centre. I don't think it's going to be Declan Rice. I think it's more Tchouaméni because we've been in further talks with him. It doesn't really make sense to go for Rice when it's literally just him begging us to put a bid in. We haven't even said anything or even spoken to West Ham yet. I'll take Adama Traore news at this point. We have heard that there's still interest between Chelsea and Wolves for Adama Traore. It's just there hasn't been any progress. I know Chelsea still have interest in the wing back, but we just haven't made any moves yet, so there hasn't been anything else to update. But the interest is still there at the very least. Artem as well saying his best has been after he turned 30. He's in amazing shape. You can get 3-4 years out of him. Just look at Ibra numbers in his mid-30s. Lewandowski is the same level. But are they the same sort of striker, though?
No.
But
Yeah,
I still
like
think
they
even
play
at 34, Lewandowski gets you 25 league goals. He might not get you 35, but he'll still get you 25.
Lewandowski
And
was
that's still
balling
more
before
than
he turned
any Chelsea
30.
striker has scored since 2010. So let's not ignore that, please. Like, let's not always
Yeah,
think.
Oh, of course.
The only
that's a low
time
bar,
a
too,
Chelsea striker
so-
scored more than 30 goals was Didier Drogba once, right?
Yeah.
Diego Costa only scored 20 league goals. Like, Lewandowski would still do that in 35, I tell you.
Yeah, but Lewandowski was balling before he turned 30. You know what I mean? He was
Yeah, he
scoring
always
a lot
been
of
at the
goals.
top.
It's not as if he turned 30 and then he turned the screw. He was still balling out. He was destroying Real Madrid in Champions League semi-finals. He was hitting a lot of goals for Dortmund. But, you know, I just don't.
Well, I
don't
tweeted
know.
something last night just for Father, because I know he's not been feeling very good. So Fata, this one's for you. I still have this gut feeling that the final deal for the man over in Dortmund is going to be 100 million in Timo.
You think it's going to be Timo that goes the other way?
I just had this gut feeling that the reason it's taking so long is you have to get both sides done. Both sides have to agree to everything before you can announce the deal. And
I
if they
think
know
Jester watched too much ESPN the other day.
no,
ESPN
this
TV.
is not from ESPN. This is something that's actually been talked about between the camps. And if you did that, that would allow you to bring in Tchouaméni and Traore, because you would save that little extra money that you would need.
I just really don't want Traore.
I know
really
you're not
don't.
trying. I'm just saying it would bring it. You could bring in another piece along with Chouameni. Let's just say another piece. How about that?
I can't lie. I would say I would take Adama Traore. I think he's very heavily underrated.
That's fine, but you do not announce him as your first signing with this Chelsea.
Oh
fan.
yeah.
You
If
just
we go
don't
from
do it.
Erling Haaland
You
to
don't do
Adama
it.
Traore, it's a bit of a
If
fuckery.
you sign Haaland in the announcement after you sign Haaland, you do ... Oh, and we signed Adama Traore, and leave it like that because it just won't go down. You think it's bad now if the Chelsea fan base get Adama Traore as the first, and it's not fair on Adama Traore.
Yeah.
If they were, it's just not good PR at the moment to do that.
And it doesn't mean I don't think that Werner is a good player or Werner would be excellent on the team with Holland, but I just think that at this point, if they know we're going to put in 150 million, would they rather have the 100 million plus a German superstar? Because they've told Marco Royce that he would have a year with Holland, so you got to placate your coach as well as your fan base. I'm just thinking out of logic here. It's not something that I know for sure.
I'm not sure Dortmund fans would be very happy with Timo Werner, though. Like, everyone in Germany hates Timo Werner.
Oh,
Yes,
you got a point there.
Really?
Yes.
I know because he used to dive there, but I thought they would have been past.
Well, but that's still
He went
why
to a
every
money
fan
club.
hates him there. Like,
That's so
every time they see Timo Werner, they just abuse him.
Yeah.
That's why German fans don't like him, won't give him a chance. No matter if he's good or not, he will be hated.
I thought it was
So,
just because the most chances that he's had in England.
No, it's a
So people
Leipzig
sit there and
thing.
say, "Nah, I don't want this guy."
No, it's a
No.
Leipzig thing. They hate Leipzig
Right.
in Germany. So.
Okay, but then that's just because they hate the club, and he was part of the club back then. It'd be a
That's
bit
true.
different if he came back.
I mean,
Yeah, but he's
Dortmund
part of
fans
another
wouldn't
money
hate
club.
him if he did well for them, but I'm sure they'd be like, somewhat, really? That guy? They know what's happened in England. They saw the clips of how many chances he missed. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll be a bit like, They will have watched the Euros that he didn't play, and when he did play, he didn't really do anything. Like, it's not like that will be the most exciting signing they've ever seen.
Well, again, it's
I'm
just
saying check Fabrizio's Twitter.
So
Retweet.
they're mugging you off. They're mugging you off.
He's tapping
Smith
another
Rowe signs a new
announcement.
contract. Man, who cares?
That's what I mean. They're
I
mugging
thought it
you
was
off.
going to be something. I thought it was going to be something different.
Smith Rowe and Madison. What a couple.
When I just hope before like our Super Cup we actually have like
that does sound like
maybe
Roy.
like a Haaland like actual news, like we actually got to do a bid or we have bidded or something. If not, I'm gonna be a bit worried then by the Super Cup.
Yeah, this
Don't
drags
worry,
into,
it'll be
like,
done by then. It'll be done by then. Holland wants
14th
it
of
done.
August, that isn't it?
Yeah,
11.
but Holland wants it as his first trophy.
11. Well,
Oh, you think he'd be
If
playing
we
then?
sign, whether it's Haaland or Lukaku, we will not sign him before August 25th. We signed Havertz in September last year, mind you. Like,
Yeah.
I know everyone's getting a bit annoyed that this is taking a while. Big deals take a while. We will not sign
They
him
do.
before late August. It just will not happen.
I just want to see something
we'll
more
have to-
concrete
we'll
by
have to
then.
go a
That's
whole
all.
another month of this crap. Come on, I mean, that
Yeah,
just
I think
seems
it'll be
like
before that, just because he's the one holding up all the rest of our transfer.
I get that, but like I said, with Kai, the big deals just take a while.
They do.
Just
Like
further
I said,
along than you
Havertz,
think.
Havertz took a long time, and when it happened, it happened.
And
Yeah, the
Haaland
news
is a
you
lot
get-
bigger.
The news you get on this stuff is usually old. It's usually a few days old. So you have to think that what you're getting now has already been discussed. It's in this past tense by the time you get to know it. So that's why you can put a story out one day and the next day say, oh, this is why they put out that story, because they're just linking little bits of news because they have to stretch it because there's not much going on in the transfer window, period, because there's no money. So,
I mean,
I
have
mean, it's-
United even officially announced Sancho yet?
no.
Nope.
Yeah.
Fax
Like,
machine issues.
Because he's on
Like, come
holiday.
on, man.
Yeah, he's on
Fax-
holiday, so
fax machine
they can't
issues,
yet.
that's what it is.
Well, they could.
Send him a jersey and he can take a picture on his boat or something. Like, what? Give me a break.
Yeah, they're dying out there for it, like the announcement. Maybe they're just waiting for the like perfect announcement video as well. Just like
But don't they have to? No, they've got the shirt sponsor done. Are they going to announce it with a new kit being introduced or something?
Well, I feel like he's taking a picture. I feel like he's taking a picture in the kit when he was with the England squad. Like there was a picture of him in the kit.
Yeah,
I thought
they've
that
already
as
got
well,
the
but that
pictures
apparently was
done.
edited. I thought that as well, but that wasn't real apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
but
funny
who knows?
if he didn't actually go. Like it's not actually like done,
That'd be
and
funny.
he's like still at
Hey,
Dortmund.
get Haaland done before they officially sell it.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be so horrible for United to see. Like if Chelsea somehow like bought Haaland, and literally Haaland announced before Sancho, they'd be so annoyed.
And again, Dortmund want to get their signings wrapped up before Haaland gets sold too, because once they know they're flush with cash, the
They can
price for
buy.
their players go up another 5 to 10 million, right? So they want to get Malen done. They want to get whoever else they're going to bring in done. So clubs don't try to fleece them because they know they're cash rich at this point.
If they,
So that
yeah,
also
if,
has to happen.
yeah, if they sell like Haaland for 150, how much they sell with Sancho? 80.
85 million euros.
So
Yeah,
it's
like that-
72 million
yeah.
pounds.
They're gonna have a lot of money to buy players easily.
Yeah, but
Like-
you don't want people to know that. You want to negotiate from strength always. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
of course.
if you see a rich guy coming, you're going to try to fleece him.
Of
if
course.
you think he's might not be that rich, you might work out a deal because you still want to sell the product.
Which is the opposite of what will happen to us if we can't get Haaland. As teams will know how desperate we are and how much money we're willing to spend, and then you're bent over having to spend 100 million on Lukaku.
Suddenly Danny Ings costs 65 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I see Danny Ings get bought for 50 plus million, I'm gonna cry. I don't know.
Hey,
It's
50
gonna be-
plus
it's gonna be
million,
sad.
1 year left in his contract and 2 ACL injuries. That is all on us if that ever happened. There would be riots outside the bridge again. Big up Myron Phillips saying, did we lose faith on the Kai Havertz deal last year? I wouldn't say so, but I also think the negotiations were a lot more public at that point. So you could clearly see that there was progress being
But not
made.
now, though. Mind you, a year ago, we were still playing Project Restart, bro. It just feels like it was different time frames.
Yes.
But we were playing Project Restart in the middle of July.
Yeah,
That's why, like I said, we only signed Havertz in September. Obviously, the transfer window was extended because obviously everything was pushed later into the summer. But don't stress yet. It's only July still. There's another 6 weeks or nearly 6 weeks of transfer window.
But
A lot
last
of
year,
things can still happen.
last year, why everyone's getting so stressed? But last year we had 4 or 5 signings by the equivalent of the transfer window.
Sure,
Yeah,
but we
because
don't
Werner
need
was
those now
automatic.
because we
There's more
had
to
those
talk
already
about.
last year.
There's more to talk about then. And like you
Yeah,
said,
that's true.
we had a game every 3 days. Then we had the European competitions into August, and then it was like 4 or 5 weeks till we restarted again. So it was like it was easy to forget. Because remember, we signed Werner. Did we sign him before the restart?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Werner was a
well,
buy.
it was announced before,
He was a
wasn't
buyout
It
clause.
was a release clause.
It was
Yeah,
released,
release
but it was
clause,
announced before, right? Because he didn't go into the
We
championship
did, yeah, we did.
with Leipzig, right? Because he withdrew. Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play for Leipzig. Yeah, so
But he sort of came, that announcement sort of came out of nowhere too, which was cool because a lot of the links had been him going to Liverpool, and then one day it was like, hey, he signed for Chelsea. It's like, oh, okay, wow, like, all right, I didn't really. There would have been some rumors with us, but not really much, and then it just happened. So it was like, you know,
And then it was
with
there.
Havertz last year, I never really lost faith in the deal because one, I felt like we were kind of the only ones willing to spend the money on him, and two, there was always positive news coming out. And then eventually it was more of like, okay, can we just announce him already? Like, because everyone sort of knew that we were where he was going to wind up. It was like, just announce it already kind of thing. But this has a slightly different feel only because we know how stubborn Dortmund can be when they don't have to sell somebody. So that's a little bit more of the worrying part of this one, but I still have faith it's going to get done.
Big up Harrison Hunter as well, saying, what players go without a good next season for you? What do you mean? What players do you think aren't going to perform well next season?
No, who needs to perform, or are they going to be out of the squad?
What players leave without a good next season for you? Okay.
Well, Timo.
Yeah. Werner just as a start. Yep.
Pulisic, if he doesn't
ZH2.
stop getting injured, there's loads.
Pulisic.
Callum.
You could argue,
Kovacic,
doesn't have a
maybe?
good season again.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Kovacic.
Kovacic.
Kovacic, yep,
Wait.
Callum.
Wait, are you saying Kovacic is injury prone?
No,
No,
as in
he's
if he
saying-
doesn't have a good next season, he probably leaves.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was talking about injury players.
Who else? Well, Alonso and Emerson are both found their way into the
RLC.
team anyway.
Alonso's a
Ruben,
cockroach.
yes, Ruben, that's a great shout.
Who says Ruben staying?
Do you guys think Ruben? Like, I know Jester does.
Ruben
but
is
do any of you
staying,
think
bro.
Ruben will actually
Did you
stay
see
this
him in
season?
Tuchel?
I
Yeah,
think he will.
if Tuchel,
Big
if
up Daniel
Tuchel
as
saves,
well.
if,
My
if
guy,
Tuchel
appreciate
saves
the donation.
Ruben, if Ruben, if Tuchel saves Ruben's career, he's a god. Like he saved Chelsea winning Champions League. We gotta build a statue of him if he saves Ruben's career as well.
No, but he was hugging Cho at the end of last season.
So
He
if
hugged him.
Ruben's staying,
You're saying Pulisic as well? Yep. Bakayoko.
if Ruben is staying, who is leaving? Because you're saying at least one of the attacking players is leaving as well.
Yeah, people are saying Drinkwater. Yeah, hopefully he can go. Like I
Drinkwater's
want that
out
guy.
No,
contract next
Drinkwater,
year anyway.
Drinkwater doesn't only need to
Nyoko,
leave if he doesn't have a good next season.
Why are
Drinkwater
we not
needs to
getting
leave.
rid of
Yes, the
Alonso?
question was if they don't have a good season this season, who goes? Not who we want to.
So nobody's gonna answer my question. If you keep Ruben at the club, what attacking player leaves?
We already sold Billy Gilmore.
Does an attacking player even leave?
I mean,
though?
loan
He'd
him out.
be
Yeah,
dead
I don't necessarily know if we have to get rid of anybody for him to stay.
I wouldn't see it as an attacking
Well,
player. Lee.
yeah, of course, because he doesn't fit as a six, does he?
He's a box-to-box
Yeah,
midfielder.
yeah, but
He don't
who's to
have
say
that
we
profile.
always stick to three at the back and the two-man pivot? Like you could see us
Well,
play
I'm not.
4-2-2. You could
4-2-2,
you could see
you're
us play a
still playing-
4-3-3.
Yeah, but you're still playing with
4-4-2?
2 sixes, and the front four are all attacking players. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but I
what
feel
I'm
like-
saying,
You play Ruben a lot more further forward then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
that's
You
what I'm
know-
saying, is you still have, if you bring in Holland, and you keep Timo, and you keep Ziyech, and you keep Callum, and you keep Pulisic, and you have Mount, and you have Broa, the 7 players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I
have
feel like
a lot
three-
of
You're
positions.
going to
Three
keep
of them.
eight attacking players if our base formation that we play the majority of the season only has 3 attacking players in it.
Listen, we don't have a
But that's
profile.
how
like
I would.
Ruben.
Well, why not? Man City have a load of players. Why can't we?
They
have
do.
The same amount of players?
That's
You
how
need
they
to-
win leagues. That's how
We've
they win
got more
leagues.
games this season than we do next
Yeah, we
season,
do
so
got
we
a lot of
accommodate
games.
that by having more players in our squad.
It's a squad game, and the players you mentioned, some of them are injury prone. So,
Yeah.
I do understand all that, but I'm just saying
I'm not patronizing.
there's-
I don't mean to come to that. I know. I'm just saying. I don't get this. Like, no, I don't get this. Some point of fans, they have to have in their mind a certain number of people in the squad. It's like it's a squad game. He's already proven he rotates a lot.
Survival of the fittest.
He
He'll
rotates
either
a lot,
break
and he'll
into the
probably do the
team
same.
or he'll definitely be gone next
Yeah,
season.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Big up Mo Welly saying the amount of disrespect towards Timo among Chelsea fans is baffling. The guy was by far better than both Kai and Hakeem in overall team contribution. Throughout
Exactly.
the season, I'd agree with you in terms of
Well,
consistency.
it's easy to say
yes,
that
but
because he
Kai
played
had,
about
like,
10 times more games than both of them
Exactly,
combined.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
a reason why he had to play every game.
I
Ha-
don't think
Ziyech
that
had
was-
their
half the
injuries
time
the
that
whole
wasn't the
season.
reason.
No, he was literally the glue what holds the team together. He was the
I'm
glue.
sorry, I don't.
I
think
thought that was
it's
Mount.
It's the
The Mount was the
overprotection.
glue.
It's the overprotection of Timo Werner. That's what it is, not disrespect. It's the overprotection of him. We brought him to score goals.
I think there was
We
slander
brought-
of him
hang
as
on, hang
well.
on. We
Could
brought
I
him to
ask a
score-
question
we brought
and
him
make
to
a
score
few points?
goals, and Chelsea
sounds
fans this season, these protectors brought in how many penalties he's won as a stat to protect him even further. The 12 offside goals. Well, that means he's not watching properly. And it's not as if we're not giving him the ball to score goals. He misses one-on-ones several times last season to ice games. So it's not the disrespect. It's the fact that he overall has not delivered. He had a good season, but he should have had a smashing season. You know what I mean? He should have been a top goal scorer by far, and he has not done that, and that's on him. No one else but him.
Yeah, it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, I sorry to interrupt. I need to head off. Thank you, Lewis, for having me.
All right, Loz,
Boys,
it was
have a
great
good
to have you
afternoon.
on anyway, man. Much appreciated. You have a
Brilliant.
good day.
Take care,
Matthew.
boys. And everyone, like and subscribe.
And also, yeah, like and subscribe to Loz's channel as well. Yes, Kai Havertz has had injuries and the virus through the start of the season, so I understand that. And Ziyech had injuries and was just out of the squad and had a lack of match sharpness because the end of the Eredivisie season too. So Werner definitely had the better season compared to two of them, but you have to take reasoning and context into account for that as well. Artem saying AC's got to go if he has a bad season. Bun you, but big up yourself as well, my G. Much appreciated. Simultaneous. What else we saying? Yeah, MUFC, what was the question you wanted to say, bro?
How long has Timo Werner been at Chelsea?
A year.
One season.
No more than a season.
Right. How many players, foreign players, or even English players, mainly foreign players, aka strikers, midfielders, defenders, or even goalkeepers, in the past in the Premier League, how long have they taken to get kick-started in the Premier League? In my opinion, one season. I would say give Werner a chance. He's only had one season. Give the boy a chance.
Well, we're not saying that he won't come good or he can't come good, especially if you put a piece like Haaland with him, because it takes all the pressure off his shoulders. He can just play and not have to be, worry about being the scoring leader or leading the team, because you'd have Haaland right there to do that for him. All I'm saying is it beneficial to even look at it, because you have the depth in that position and that attacking department. Does that allow you to do more to the team? And is it something that would ultimately push the deal over the line, because you'd still rather have Haaland one-on-one with Werner?
Werner's a good striker, though. Let's give the boy a chance to get used to the Premier League.
I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, no. This is Chelsea. This is Chelsea. We haven't got any time for passengers. It's win now. So giving him time is all great.
He's had one season. If within like 3 games he doesn't score 1 or 2 goals a game, yeah, fair enough. But give him a chance to get used to the game. And on the Haaland point, I think he's going to stay at Dortmund 1 more year and see other offers in the summer when he costs 70 million. And my hopes and dreams, I'm hoping he comes to Man U. But I think that Raiola will say to Haaland, wait on Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool will just say, or buy him, knocking at your door in the summer. Because now there's only one club wanting Haaland.
Well, it benefits Raiola to sign to sell this summer, because they're going to have the 10% cap come in next year. So this would be Raiola's last big payday.
But Raiola wants it more than Haaland.
Yeah,
well,
we don't
Haaland wants it, but he's not in a rush for it either. Like, he likes the project at Chelsea. He's interested to come join us, but he's not in a rush either. But he's also went and told Dortmund, if you get a big enough bid, accept it.
I think it's going to be another Sancho situation. When Man U went for Sancho, it went on and on and on and on about the price.
Yeah, but that's not our club. We don't work that way.
I know. I'm not saying you're doing, but it's Dortmund. Dortmund are pain in the backside. They won't move. They won't move until, there you go, Sancho. That was 120 million last summer. Now this summer, 73 million. It's going to be the exact same as Haaland. 150 this summer. Next summer it'll be 70 million, 80 million.
Yeah, but again,
that's because of release clause, though.
We can do it this year. We don't have to be in with everybody else for the release clause. And 2, we have history with Dortmund of buying players, and we actually have a very good relationship with them. And they've told us what it's going to take to get him out of there. 2, we have history with Dortmund of buying players. And we actually have a very good relationship with them. And you need to mute your sound there to get him out of there.
I think he'll stay another year. That's my opinion. I honestly think he will, because he's enjoying his football at Dortmund, and he's not got a reason to leave, apart from bigger ambitions. But I don't think Dortmund will let them leave yet.
We'll only stay because we haven't bidded for him.
Yeah, and my other weird point is, Arsenal is willing to pay 30 million for Ramsdale, but yet don't want to buy Tammy Abraham outright. That's weird.
Yeah, that one was a weird one as well. I'm glad you said that because that's a perfect segue to the Tammy Abraham news too. Because Mikel Arteta and numerous influential voices at the Emirates have interest in signing him, but their issue, like you've just said already, is the cost. They don't necessarily want to pay 40 million up front. Their preference is to strike a loan deal with an obligation to buy for 40 million, but Chelsea want the fee up front. Any move for Abraham is going to be dependent on outgoings at Arsenal. Lacazette and Nketiah are on the last year of their contract, and Lacazette, in their opinion, earns too much to be worth renewing, and they want to go in a new path. So that's why they're interested in Tammy Abraham. But like you said, exactly, 30 million on Aaron Ramsdale, another goalkeeper, which makes absolutely no sense.
No disrespect to Ramsdale, but come on. Like, it's 10 million different. Why not spend it on Tammy? He's got a lot of potential. He's no disrespect to Chelsea.
Hey, Lewis, I'm going to bounce,
He's not going to get it at Chelsea, is he?
Bless, man. Take care, Jesters.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, say that again, bro.
He's not going to get no disrespect to Chelsea, right? But he's not going to get the game time he needs at Chelsea.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't want to resign, which I get it, but it would also make things a lot easier if he did resign. Because if we re-signed him, we could just put him out on loan. And then he could get better and we can either sell for even more profit, or we would keep him and he can try and break into the squad again. But he doesn't want to do it. And I wouldn't call him a snake for it either. Like I can see why people would get pissy at it because it's one rival club to a rival club. But first off, fuck Arsenal. They ain't going to get better than us regardless. Second of all, we aren't giving him game time. He has to look out for himself. He has to look out for himself. Like, why would he... And it's the same thing for a lot of the youth players as well that are leaving now. Why would they sacrifice their own development just for the sake of potentially succeeding at Chelsea? They have to look out for their career. He's not getting the game time here, despite being our top goal scorer the last 3 seasons. No wonder in his mindset he's going to think, I have to leave then. So he's going to leave. He's going to do what's best for himself. That's nothing wrong with him. That doesn't make him a snake either. He's just looking out for himself, and that just is what it is.
I think calling a snake is too far.
Oh, yes,
He's looking after himself, and you have to understand his point of view.
Wait, say that again? Your audio's breaking up a bit.
Sorry. I think calling Tammy a snake is too far. Tammy is looking after himself and his development.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's looking after what's best for himself. He's being respectful about it too. He's just saying, I need to leave. I need to do what's best for my career. And a lot of other youth players are following that same breath. It's just people are salty that they're not staying at Chelsea because they could go and ball out somewhere else. They can, but that's what comes with having an amazing academy.
Yeah, like that boy that joined Crystal Palace as well. He's looking after himself.
What was that?
The boy that joined Crystal Palace from yourselves.
Mark Gate. That one hurt. That one really hurt.
No, but I'm just saying he's looking after himself and his development.
Yeah, and Chelsea got rid of him because he didn't want to re-sign a contract earlier this year. And they got 20 million for him. He hasn't started a league game. Of course he was going to leave.
But let's go, right? I know this is a Chelsea channel, but Emil Smith-Rowe, there was loads of rumours about him moving on, bids for Villa. He's just signed a new contract, a 5-year contract for Arsenal.
Yeah, he signed away his career for 5 years and potential success. It is what it is.
That's another debate for another show, but yeah. Tammy might do the same. You never know.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. I think he's gone. If he was going to re-sign, he would have already re-signed.
Yeah, if he moves to Arsenal, I know he's going to get probably booed from the fans, but
I hope not.
Yeah,
I hope not. I hope with Tammy it'll just be a mutual thing where he ain't going to celebrate against us if he scores. We ain't going to cuss him out or nothing. Maybe for the 90 minutes on the pitch, we'll take the piss, but like there'll be a mutual respect, which I hope is there.
It's another situation with Man United as well. If we just say we get Haaland, if Greenwood wants to move on, he moves on with my personal blessing.
Yeah, because like with you guys, you're not really playing him in his right position, are you?
I think he's a centre forward. Sometimes he plays on right wing. Like Marcus Rashford, he's a left footer. He plays on a left wing.
Yeah, I can't have any agenda against him because Greenwood, because he is a baller and his finishing for a player of his age. I've never seen someone so composed and so clinical in front of goal. Like, you guys really should focus on him a lot more.
Yeah, I think it's very scary at his age how good he is. Okay, he doesn't score countless goals, not yet. For he's still young.
Yeah, you guys have enough time with them anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Sultan, what are you telling me, bro? You good?
What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think it's the first time we've got you on a stream as well. What are you telling me, man? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on some of the... Well, I won't say hazard news because we all know that shit isn't happening. What's your thoughts on the Tammy news?
I mean, it would be a great deal for us, especially if we can get at least 40 mil for him. But even if he goes on loan and then we'll sell him next year, I mean, it'll work for us as well.
Yeah, he won't... I'd want him to go on loan, but it's if he resigns. If he resigns, he'd go on loan. It would be best for all parties, but we've got to cut our losses because he's got 2 years left on his contract. If we sell him with 1 year left, we're going to get significantly less. We can't ask for 40 million. We can only ask for about 20. Maybe less if we're lucky.
Did you guys see that there's been no progress on Rudiger and Christensen contract talks?
That Christensen, I think, is in talks, but like that one's going to happen anyway. I'm not really that worried about it. Rudiger is a bit more of a question mark because he wants to be one of the highest paid earners at the club, which I think can happen. It's just, when are we going to get ahead with it? And it's just, will Rudiger accept if we try and give him any lower? Because we know what Chelsea's like to. We like to negotiate lower to what the players or the manager asks for, then try and build up from there to see how much money we can save. So I think Rudiger will take a bit longer than Christensen will, but Christensen's got the homegrown factor on his side too, so I could see him just re-signing easily. Big up, come on you Blues TV. What are you saying, Jake? Saying, oh, Thiago Silva. As always, love it, my G. Also saying, big up Lewis in the panel as always. At number 3, why is Alonso still here? We ask this question all the time, but he's here, innit? Like, the bigger question is, why is Drinkwater still here? But again, we ain't getting rid of him either, so we're kind of stuck with it. But big up yourself anyway, my G.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all of the news for today. I don't think there's anything else. It's been a really dead day. Well,
Hazard needs to have the conversation with CR7.
With CR7?
Yeah,
man, that conversation was meant to be had 7 years ago, bro. It's
well
past it now.
Yeah, he's going to be stuck in Madrid because nobody's going to pay that money for him.
No.
They're going to be stuck with him and Bale because...
He should have stayed at Chelsea.
Well, and nobody's going to buy him either.
I think it was just a pipe dream with him, and he's like, Real Madrid. And he went to Madrid, and he just failed. He should have stayed at Chelsea.
I don't know if that would have made a big difference, to be honest, because he's getting to that age where he's going to get injured more and more, especially playing in Premier League where it's even more physical.
Maybe.
Big up Go AM saying for all Academy incels, the bad news is Tappy is going. The good news is Crofty's knees will finally get a break. Oh my god. Crofty, you're being sent for, man. Personally, I wouldn't have this slander. Oh, man. Well, the good news for you, Go AM, is that Tappy is going. Yeah, I know you'll be celebrating when that day comes around.
But that's bad news for you, look. He's not going to send in super tax now that Tappy's gone. You know?
No, because Barkley will still be at the club. And all the slander, and Alonso, so slander will be directed to them. But give up Go AM. Big up yourself, my G.
That's the best one.
Could I ask another team's kind of opinion, right? Like, I know I'm a Man U fan, right? But I've seen a few games, Paul Pogba, jogging instead of running to the ball. How would you see that?
If what?
What?
Like one of your say Paul Pogba, like I've seen him a few games. Instead of running to the ball, he actually jogs the ball, lack of effort basically. Now, if you've seen that from one of your players, how would you react?
Depends on the situation, really, because Kurt Zuma's guilty of that a lot.
I don't like. I think he's lazy. It's lack of effort. I think, in my opinion.
It is. But again, it depends on the situation. If you're like running into position on an attack, sometimes you prefer to make later runs. If it's a counter attack that you're defending and you're jogging back, then yeah, that's mad. So I would think that's disrespectful.
I've actually witnessed both. He actually just jogs or walks back instead of running.
And you must hate Jesters then, Graham.
But it's just, but that's the second to me, Paul Pogba should be sold. But
What? Can't hear.
Yeah, I can't lie.
Audio's
Like your
very bad,
audio's
man.
coming in
Very
and out,
bad.
bro.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's my feature for stammer.
Yeah, bro, it's completely
Yes.
gone. It is
Yeah.
gone.
Matt.
Lewis, how do you feel the whole obsession with academy players nowadays?
Oh,
What was that?
How do you feel about this whole obsession with selling academy players and how people are getting mad at it?
I don't know where it's coming from. Because it's the same thing that we've done for years. We just only stopped doing it when we had the transfer ban.
yeah.
And then everyone thought, oh, this is the new Chelsea. It's like, well, it's not the new Chelsea because we sacked that manager in about 18 months.
Yeah.
So what new Chelsea is that? We brought in a new manager, won us the Champions League in 4 months, and now we're focusing on building our team again. We're using the youth for profit, the same way we always used to. So again, I just don't get why people are moaning about it.
Let me break it down. Right. There's a potential at the start of the season that there'll be 8 academy graduates in this squad. Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where it's came. It's like someone, the Men in Black mind thing at 2019. Everyone forgot how we run as a club, and there was no youth player that came through significant and played load of games between John Terry and Mason Mount that had a prolonged stay in the side. There's not been like that because we don't do that. We don't have a pathway to the first team. We just don't do it. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have all these guys walk away? The club is about making money. 20 million Gurhey, who actually played. Lewis Bate has never played. He's never been on loan. It's 1.5 million for him.
But he also didn't sign a contract, so they had no choice but to
Yeah,
sell.
but it's like, I don't know, the obsession is like,
Yeah.
it doesn't, if you can't overbalance a squad with youth players. If Chelsea fans are seriously want you and like majority of the squad as youth team academy graduates, then you're not going to see us win any trophies for a long time. Because it's just unbalanced. You need a balance. Even Lampard knew that. By the end of the first season, apart from Mount, he very rarely put in any youth team players. He went back to Giroud. Who's on the. It's not feasible. No big club has a rotating academy that they bring in a youth player every season, a couple of youth players every season. No big club does it around Europe. So.
Yeah, I think
That's what
like
it is.
one player every few seasons, if he can make it to senior squad.
I'd be fine with every 4 or 5. That's logical.
Yeah, it's a big.
That's logical. That's just we got 8. We got 5. Well, 5 definitely that are in, and then another potential 3. That's an aberration in a top European club. That doesn't happen. Barcelona didn't do it. Ajax haven't done it in years. Juventus, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich don't do it. So why is it an issue with our academy?
Yeah, well, I think it's because of Reese and Mount, because like they're so good that people just assume we'll have a bunch of kids like them in the academy. It's just it's not gonna happen like that.
Where's his energy for Loftus Cheek though? Like people are
It's
getting
because
so
Loftus
butthurt
Cheek
over.
ain't the youth player anymore.
Yeah, it's like how long do you go? Because can't keep calling him a youth player when he's like
He's 25, grown man.
He's 25. It's like the Jesse. Remember, it's like the Jesse Lingard thing.
Yeah, but he's 25. Like, that's done now. For me,
exactly.
Christensen ain't a youth player anymore. Loftus-Cheek ain't a youth player anymore.
Neither's Mount.
Tammy's like
entering
1
the
year
prime.
away from not being a youth player
So
anymore
if
too.
Christensen doesn't improve, should we sell him?
Who?
Christensen.
Man, what are you doing, man?
No, he's our backup.
I wish you happy birthday and everything, and now you're under my guy. I can't be bothered. Can't be fucking arsed with you, man.
Danish
But yeah,
Maldini,
nah, he's staying
Sterling.
anyway. We ain't got to worry
He
about
does
that.
good. He does
Even
good.
though, to be honest, 4 centre backs on 1 year contracts is a bit wild. We need to get these extensions done quick.
Yeah, definitely.
But if the youth players were that good, then why aren't we getting more European? Why aren't we getting bigger clubs in for them? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think.
What do you mean?
I think that.
What I mean is just like Cho was targeted by Bayern Munich. I know Mazzala's gone to Bayern Munich. That's fine, but why isn't Lewis Bate being targeted by a massive European giant? Why isn't Livramento being targeted? Why wasn't whoever is it?
Because the thing with a lot of these youth players as well is you want to leave somewhere that will give you game time.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying them moving. I'm saying them being targeted by. Do you know what I mean? Even if they move to like a Brighton, we're not getting reports that say Bayern Munich are in for them, or Dortmund are in for them, or PSG's in for them, in for this crop that are going. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, where's the balance? And also, there's no pathway for these guys, the ones that are going. It's just no. They're not getting in anytime soon.
No, but they realise that, which is
They
why
do.
they're leaving. They've seen him go from Frank Lampard, who gave everyone a chance, to Tuchel, who's just reverted back to what we used to do.
But Tuchel tends to give young players chances. Just look at him at Dortmund, and even certain players at PSG. He would.
Yeah, I think if it's the same thing with any manager that's at Chelsea, where if they're there for long enough and they're stable there, and they know their job isn't necessarily on the line unless there's a massive failure, they would look towards using the youth for opportunities and giving them a chance. It's just we sack managers so quickly and bring managers in demanding immediate success. They have to go for the marquee players or the experienced players. If you're coming in immediately being told to succeed immediately, you ain't going for inexperienced youth players that have never had a league game in their lives.
Do you think if Tuchel came in and Mount and Reece James and Christensen and Cho to a lesser extent weren't experienced, had a little bit of experience ahead, do you think he would choose them? I don't think he would. I think he would go to the tried and trusted because he knows he might only be there for a short time, and that's on us. That's on us as the whole club, that we haven't gone to a manager and give them more time, do you know what I mean, to develop players. And we've probably suffered a little bit over the years from that, but then the club would just go, well, look at what we've won over the past 18 years. Do you know what I mean? It's catch-22. It's like, it's a fine balance. It's very hard to do in this nowadays because we as a Chelsea base, we're not patient. You know what I mean? We want to win. And I don't think we'd be patient to have a lot of them in at the same time. I just don't think we would. Plus, they get the most hate anyway from the Chelsea fan base, the youth players.
Yeah, really and truly, if Lampard weren't here in 2019 and we didn't have a transfer ban, Mount probably don't make the team. James probably doesn't make the team.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, I think there was a yeah.
Actually, no. To be honest, I think Reece James does make the team
I think they like Reece James. Mount may have had
because the hype Reece James had coming into the team in 2019, like compared to all the other youth players, even Mason Mount, even Tammy Abraham, it was different. And we needed a right back that would eventually replace Azpilicueta. So we'd be able to still use Azpi and then slowly integrate Reece into the team. So maybe he would come in.
Do you remember the build-up for the League Cup game? I think it's against Notts County. All about Reece James in that game. I've never seen it. I've never seen it like that before. Not even when.
So he probably would have still made it through. Mason Mount, maybe. I think he would have gone on a league loan spell first. But depending on how successful that would have been, maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. But Mason Mount was always pushing to try and succeed at Chelsea first and foremost. So that might have taken him through too.
Yeah.
But nobody else would have. Nobody else. Tammy would be gone. Tomori would be gone. Everyone else would be gone.
Yeah.
I think I really rate Margay because that's why they put that clause in his contract to match any future offers.
It's meant to be there for a lot. Like, doesn't Lewis Spate have the same contract?
I don't know. I
I
don't.
don't know. I don't know.
I think they put sell-on clause, but they didn't put anything about bringing him back.
But that's what we should be doing with these guys. We should be putting those clauses in.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted us to. I wanted us to do that for years, but we never did it. So I can't believe we didn't put a clause in like that for tomorrow. I just can't believe we never put in a clause like that for him.
Dude,
He might be the first one that bites us.
He'll have been amazing in the back three.
Yeah, I think he's the first one that will really bite us that we've let go.
And like for 20, what was it, 26 mil?
26 million, yeah.
While Ben White
26
was going for 50.
Yeah. And usually the selling point of our players is the strong bit.
I wasn't mad at that deal till I saw the Ben White deal, and I was like, all right, like.
Yeah, it's just protecting us in the end. You know what I mean?
See, one saying sorry wanted to take Mason Mount back from his loan. Really? Was that the case?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll never know.
We had a conversation a few weeks ago about what would it be like if Maurizio Sarri stayed through the second season, and I think Mason Mount, that system would have been a madness. CFC Daily on Twitter: Maurizio Sarri was an admirer of Mason Mount. Sarri considered bringing him back early from a season loan at Derby and was planning to involve him in the following campaign had he stayed in charge. Damn, we might have been on the cusp of greatness. Well, we won the Champions League anyway. Who cares? Yeah, I don't know. I would have just liked to see Sarri succeed at Chelsea anyway, but let me not start because I'll start another Sarri debate, and I'm sure we're all sick to death of the Sarri debate.
Batshuayi debate. When are we doing that?
Tammy, oh no, not a chance in heaven or hell are we doing that. No way. If we're ever doing a Tammy Mishi debate, that's how you know we're down horrendous. I am good, man. But yeah, I'll probably end the stream here anyway. Anyone got any other final thoughts?
Nothing.
Just give us something. Just give us a crumb tomorrow.
Yeah, Chelsea, please
come back.
Some chance,
We should have a masterclass. And
who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a game tonight, though, isn't it, Lewis?
I said
Yeah,
RLC.
Chelsea versus Drogheda United.
Yeah, there's a game.
RLC's coming back. ZH will have a great season. Havertz Hive. ZH Hive. And we move.
AC
How
Hive.
about this?
MM Hive.
How about this? Chelsea Hive.
Also, don't forget to check out Sarcasm C.
Yeah, always
10:30
Chelsea
PM.
Hive.
We've got a big debate going on Sarcasm C. Who is England's best young talent? We're all going to be debating it on there, so check it out. Smash the like and subscribe button and be there because it'll be a big chat. It will definitely kick off as well because certain leader of the MM Hive will be there for his propaganda.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
So it's definitely going to kick off. So check it out. And Flawless, big up yourself as well, Mikey. Smash the like and subscribe button. We are going to stream here. There was next to fuck all news to talk about, but as usual, not surprised. At least we went to stream without talking about Erling Haaland, and we barely spoke about Declan Rice, so I actually feel a bit more sane than usual. But then tomorrow will come round and we'll hear a crazy bid for Erling Haaland is rumoured to be being dropped in the next few days, and I'm just going to be like, oh, fuck off. But yeah, we're going to head off anyway. Smash the like and subscribe button if you guys haven't done so already. They said, where can you watch the debate? Sarcasm City TV, 10:30 PM. Be there or be nowhere or be an Arsenal fan. Take care, like and subscribe. We'll leave you because we're playing Drogheda. We'll leave you with a photo of Drogheda. Take care, like and subscribe. And as always, up the Chels.